Man, oh man, good morning, guys. Top of the morning to you. Today, we are in the old shop, and man, we've been working elsewhere a lot lately. I've got a pile of parts I might have to sort through here before too long. But today, we are gonna put some brakes on the front of the man van. Whoop! Touchdown! That was a beautiful toss. Back in high school, they called me Tossin' Timmy because of how nice my frisbee tosses were. So about a month ago, old Tossin' Timmy here, I got a call and I talked to my guy at the O'Reilly's, and he said, you ain't got a vehicle that needs a set of brakes, do you? And I said, yeah, this man van has some warped rotors whenever you're stopping, when you get on the brakes. It likes to do the shake, rattle, and roll. And he said, well, we want to do an ad promoting some of our brakes. And I said, that sounds good to me. I like being able to work with O'Reilly's. Y'all know I use them anyways, and I have for a long time. So anytime me and them can get together on stuff, to me it's kind of a no-brainer. As much as I say that, I've actually turned them down for some stuff just because sometimes I don't have time, and I worry more about getting y'all a video than being able to put out ads for other people or whatever. So whenever stuff can correlate and mesh like this right here, definitely we're gonna knock it out. I woke up this morning and I learned something new today, and every day should be a learning opportunity. And I learned that we still get rain in Oklahoma, and I didn't know that was a thing anymore. And it's about 70 degrees with a slight little breeze. And when you're used to 105, an air that don't jump or jive, it almost feels chilly out. Actually, it feels about perfect. This is perfect weather right here. Just don't change, okay? Just stay like this all day. Yeah, give it an hour or two and it's gonna be hot, don't worry. Get this baby cleaned up in case we need to break a move in here, okay? Did I say break a move? I meant bust a move. Yeah, I think my ankle's only got a year or two more of doing that kind of stuff. Then they'll be ready for retirement. And personally, guys, I'm usually not a big fan of the rain. I don't like getting wet. Like days like today where it's probably gonna get hot again, it's just gonna get hot and sticky. But in this case, Mother Nature was nice. And it actually gave the wagon here a free inside detail, which it could use because it's a little dirty in there, and it still is. But the old wagon here, she was due for a washing. So thanks, Mother Nature. Guys, I forgot the wagon was in the shop the last few weeks. I've been going so fast. The other day we were at the, we had a volleyball thing with the, at the school, and I drove the E-Haul up there, but I had to run Hank home. So when I was home, I remembered the wagon was in there, and I was like, shoot, I ain't drove that thing in a minute. So I drove it up there, did a little nighttime cruising, put a mile or two back on her, putting her around town, and yeah, hauled our first, not our first load, I hauled our second load, because our first load in that thing, we had picked up them metal poles. I forgot, but no, I threw that table in the back and was just driving it around the other night. That thing fired right up. Been sitting in the shop for almost 3 weeks. 1 pump, 2 cranks, rant, running beautifully. We still got more to do on it. But speaking of hauler, here's our real hauler, the GMC 3500. I believe she's a 03 model, and y'all have been seeing me work this man van. It's got all kinds of tools in the back, and I've been running all over Pot County doing job to job to job, just trying to keep Pot County satisfied with all my handyman contractor work. AKA, I've been working on my own shop, my own junk, trying to keep me happy. Trying to get the new shop up to par is what I've really been doing. So the van has a pretty bad wobble problem, especially if you're going like pretty quick. Say you run down the highway 65 and you start getting on the brakes. Unless you just really ease into it about 4 miles from where you're gonna turn and slowly slow down, if you give it any brakes, it gets a wobble to it. Let's go see if we can replicate that for the viewers. You know the little scratchy things that scratch when your brake pads and stuff get low too? I keep thinking I can hear them. We're We're gonna get our seatbelt on because when this old van gets to rocking, sometime there ain't no stopping. What the hell? They were not supposed to deliver that today. Guys, my new air tank's here. Just drop it in the back. Let's see if she'll do it. She stopped like a champ that time. Could y'all see it start to a little? Probably should have been going a little faster. And it will do it worse. Like I said, if you're coming in real hot and you get on the brakes, this thing sometimes will get plumb buck nasty. Sometimes, guys, it wobbles worse than other times. I was just recording a clip for the ad, and I got to wobble quite a bit, and I wasn't even going fast. I was just, holy cow, trying to swing this long thing in here is a little funky. There we go, that's good enough. Good enough to get the front end jacked up, and we can see what's going on up in there. We ain't doing diddly till we clean up that little mess. That just have us looking plumb sloppy. Y'all don't mow your shop? I have enough grass come up through them cracks over there, we could bale hay. 1 ton rig, 4 ton jack. It's time to call in the big guns. My dad comes walking from around the van. Well, Puddin' Pop's the big gun. That thing rolls good. I think I could have rode it plumb out of Pot County. I don't know if we have any good batteries for our impact machine. Huh, that's kind of weird. I guess if you go power braking around Pot County to make a steering wheel wobble, you'll throw crap plumb up to the front. Damn you, physics. That falls under Puddin's third law of motion. An object in motion will stay in motion if you power brake it and cause commotion. That's the third law. Law number 2 is the sketcher headed toward your ass shall go up your ass if you cross a line. So 8-lug Leroy. Guys, I can see the rotors just through the wheels, and they are not pretty. See that shine in there? I'm blind as a bat, and I can see the warpage from here. Yeah, nice little scratch sound. Look at the pretty studs we got on this side. Maybe this side lost a hub bearing before or something. Man, that is a caliper. And man, is that a warped rotor. Guys, you can just feel the difference. That's higher than heck, that's low, that's low. I'm sure that thing's doing the wave down through there. See our sway bar right here? Most people think you need a nut on that. Huh, looky there. I had to check that side because this side, I thought our nut was missing from the sway bar. See them threads sticking up, and I seen that, and I thought it was just a washer, but then I noticed it had some flat sides to it, so I think that's the nut itself. I don't know, guys. I'm not a new car guy, so even discovering something like that is new to me. Around here, we like to practice safety first. Bring her down, boys. Nice and easy does it. Safe. I'd give her the safety check wiggle, but I ain't strong enough to shake the damn thing. What we need here, about a 19 mil. Yeah, that may be a little too big. Yeah, 18 feels a little better. I reckon that just gets your caliper off your bracket, but then we're still gonna have brackets on here. Keeping the bracket on don't do us no good since we're gonna be taking our rotors off as well. I'm gonna hop over here to do the driver's side because it's harder to see. They did offer, there was a question I was supposed to know to make sure I got the right brake parts, and I didn't know the answer to it. So I kind of just did an educated guess. So what I'm saying is the stuff we have may not be what we need. But if it is what we need, I need that side over there for recording our ad. Of course, I'll show both sides the best I can in this video too. This video is not the ad, even though it's kind of advertising for them. The actual edited ad will be in next week's main channel video. And basically everything I'm doing, I'm kind of doing it twice. or going back and doing it again, which is another way of, I just said that twice in 2 different ways. So I'm not just gonna edit up this video and make it an ad. When I make it to certain points, I'm actually swapping memory cards where the stuff's separated, and I'm recording an ad as we do this, and I'm not showing any of that because it's gonna be its own ad. That's all there. We'll see if this chrome socket will hold on, because I don't have a impact socket 18. Well, I didn't think that was gonna come out of there. Well, they definitely were not loose. They're well lubed up. Probably gonna need a little pry bar action. I've definitely never done a set of brakes this big before. Y'all know me, I'm always working on small things. Well, what's the secret here, huh? Pop that. Then we can get that. That's gonna free us up some brake line. Then we'll pull that one, and now we got all kinds of brake line. And these things are gonna be ornery till the end. Hallelujah. Luckily, it didn't hurt our brake line. I did get a big old zip tie here, and that's what we're gonna do, is just zip tie the sucker up out the way and just let that thing do the wang dangle right there. Ooh, that caliper got me huffing and a puffing. Here's our first pad. She still had some life in her, not much. And this rotor is not near as bad as the other side is. I can still feel a real big high spot there compared to the rest of it. Yeah, just I'm sure she's warped some, but you just can't really. Yeah, you can feel it right there. Nothing like that other side though. This is definitely the better of the two, just from eyeball. Now there's old Scratchy Joe. Yep, that's the one that was dragging right there. There's our clip. Nice bare metal. And we were pert near to metal on this whole pad here. Guess next up we gotta get this big girthy bracket off here. I don't know how we're gonna do that. She's a 21 mil. Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna fit. She may clear here. Ah, there we go. Oh. I'm going down. I'm going down. I was worried this wasn't gonna have enough angle to get out past our fender, but it did. Look at that stubby. Luckily our bracket just came right off. What about this? We got a couple. Oh, that's probably for being able to thread a bolt in to shove that off there, but this thing's ready to fall off here. She may be due for a hub bearing on this side as well. But she definitely sounds like she's doing the Wheel of Fortune game in there. Just got a little clicker going click, 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 click. Bankrupt. Before I call and order one of them, like I said, this stuff may not be the exact right stuff. So I'd like to check it. So to check it, I'm putting on gloves, being fancy here, because I don't want to get the box all dirty, because we still got to record that portion of the ad. I mean, that looks like it to me, other than there's a heck of a lot more meat on that than there is that. Man, what a prestige box they put this stuff in, huh? That's what happens when you're dealing with the Pro Series. Next up, a quick comparison of our rotors. Make sure that they're the same OD for sure. Roughly the same thickness. I think this is what we need. We're gonna get this side caught up to the same point as that side, guys, which means boop, get our brake line out the way, undo our wheel speed sensor or whatever that thing's called. And guys, I'm an idiot. Some of y'all are thinking, no duh. I'm like, hey, my impact won't fit on there. Well, I don't know. It's not like this thing can turn and this can swivel it all right. So if you can't put your impact on there because it's hitting the lower control arm, holy beefy lower control arm. That's all cast also? Holy crap. Hot damn Uncle Sam. That lower control arm could take a beating. I guarantee it. But if you can't get your impact on there, if you just turn the damn thing where this ain't aimed at that, you can probably get it on there. Ta-da, it's magic. To be fair, I'm trying to make 2 videos at once, okay? So my mind's bouncing back and forth. on, am I supposed to be recording this here, this here, this for that, that for this? That's my excuse today anyhow. I was hoping this side was gonna go smoother than that side, but nope, she's gonna fight me. Let's get this old stuff out the way. Dang it, guys. I tore up our caliper. I'll show it to you in a minute. Those things were stuck on there and I wasn't thinking about tearing up the pistons. I was trying to work it off there, and I don't know if I got it with the pry bar or if it was just the angle I put on it or what, but it ain't happy. We're gonna have to go check the other side too. Dang you, myself, for being an idiot and tearing up our calipers. Pulled the rotor right back off. It was on for the ad. But now we gotta actually fix what needs fixed so we can put this thing back together. And like I said, I tore up our damn caliper being an idiot. Tore up our piston right there and right there. And I checked the other side, and guess what? Yeah, I did it over there as well. Now I opened this up, guys, and you want to talk about bougie. It comes with this little foam package like that. This thing's all flipped up nice. So as you open that sucker up, it's like getting a damn care package. It's a nice rotor too. Those aren't supposed to make crunchy noises, are they? Or are they? Because this side does the damn same thing over here. Like I said, I can't feel no slack on that side. The noise made me nervous. But this side does the same thing. It's not as loud. We got other problems on this side. Mainly that ball joint being plumb worn out. So now we're in the ball joint replacement business. I don't even know if that upper ball joint's replaceable or if you're supposed to do the whole upper control arm. I don't know enough about the newer crap, guys. Luckily for me, I think my dad still has my ball joint tool. Perfect. Well, that sucker wasn't very tight. Maybe it's just loose. No, it's worn out. I should have known better than my life getting to be that easy. Pop that out. Move our caliper down to there. This is loose. And all the big hammers are out at the other place. Yep, all of them. I might as well hit it with my purse. Hammer number 2. Hammer number 3. Well, this battering ram won't get it off there. Oh, I just wanted to make O'Reilly's ad. Ow, ow, ow. I didn't even do anything bad. I just somehow hit my thumb on one of them studs. Boy, we are just into it now, aren't we? Now this side here, I don't know if y'all can hear that one. It don't sound a whole lot better than the other side. It sounds pretty crunchy in there, so we might as well replace it since we're here. Hopefully this will be the one and only time we're in all this stuff, because I didn't buy this thing to work on it, mainly just to drive it and work it and abuse it. Now our ball joint, I don't think it's the replaceable kind. I think we got to just do the whole upper control arm, unfortunately, but that's all right. Now I don't know much about aligning vehicles with this style of stuff, but I'm gonna try to mark our crap here, and I really don't even half remember how this stuff works. I've only messed with it one other time, and that was on the Travelall. Actually, the Travelall has a front end from a 1500 03 Silverado or GMC, and I put them DJM lower control arms on it, and I remember I lined it, kind of checking stuff, eyeballing it using my angle finder, and I full aligned the Travelall front end in this shop on this busted crooked concrete with what everything looked good to me. I took it to the alignment shop and pulled it in there and had them do everything, and they come out and said, "What did you bring this in for alignment for? Is it pulling this way? Is it pulling that way? What's going on?" And I just went, "Well, it's just a new build. It was the first time having it on the road. I just want to check everything." They said whoever aligned it did a good job. Well, hell, you're looking at them. It was me. I aligned it. You caught me red-handed. I knew I nailed it. I just need to bring it in here to have someone verify it. No, but they use them bolts and washers that are like 10 lobe-ish where it shoves it in and out. I don't really remember. I just know we got to get them out of there. So this is how you turn your simple brake job into a full front-end rebuild. Let's just do a frame-off restoration. No need in cutting corners now. I'll lay that in the order that it came off. That side's free. Our little flap attack is flapping in the wind. This one, we got a nice big girthy brake line right in the way. Oh yeah, we just took the tension off of that bushing. And I'm sure there's some secret to getting that bolt fished up out of there with that little plate on there, but I don't know it. Oh, there we go. All right, until we get some parts, it's gonna be a waiting game. They had my upper control arm, they had one hub bearing, they had both calipers, and the other hub bearing, they said around 4 o'clock-ish. Got that off, clean my hands, drink a bottle of water, in perfect time. Parts delivery coming in hot. We'll be waiting on one hub and a caliper, apparently. That's all right. I think we're gonna go right back with our control arm that we just took off with our shiny new one here. Looks close enough to me. So this baby should slide right on in here. I think right there is gonna be about the sweet spot. Just trying to line up how it used to kind of look where I can see where the washer used to sit or bushing. Boy, I just don't know about getting that bolt started though. Now this side's a lot easier to get to, so I'm gonna throw it on. Just kind of run her down, not really exactly snug it yet, just enough to kind of help hold it. And maybe that'll help with old Tricky Ricky, the bolt here. Oh, yeah, there she goes. I kind of ran that nut down too, but I didn't tighten it. We're not going to do that until after we tighten this. Oh, that's tight. Next, we're going to take it off that jack. Then I'm going to jack it up on our ball joint, pushing that as high as it can go, because we know normally that's about how it should sit with the wheel and tire on it. And then we want to tighten up our control arm with those bushings there. That way the bushings are pretty close to where they need to be. If you have that thing plumb up or plumb down and you tighten it up and then you put the weight on that and it moves it to there, well, all that load you just put on them bushings and it's going to wear them out quick. Oh, that being tightened down right there though, that should be pretty close to happy. Well, we'll see if we can't get our driver's side back together anyhow. So we're gonna remove this. It pulls up out there and get it out the way. It's nice and dirt tight. And these we're gonna have to use our chrome jobber as well, 15 millimeter. Whoop! That came out there a lot easier than I thought it was going to. Man, looky there, what a unit. That one does not make noise when it spins. It's nice and tight, it don't even want to spin. Position our dust shield around our new, it came with a new wheel speed sensor or whatever that is. That's 2 started. Those are all torqued and happy. Next up, I'm gonna get our new caliper on. Oh, so it's gonna be a whole new van after this. Put a rotor into place. I think I'm gonna try to get our new caliper on, and then whenever I swap our brake hose over, I'm just gonna do it real fast. We're gonna hardly lose any fluid, and just because I said that, it ain't gonna go smooth at all, and we're gonna make a big old mess, but don't worry about it. Pop our clips on there. Pop our clips on and slide on our pads. Our bolts tightened down. We should be able to go put that on. Just pull that sucker off, swap on our new banjo bolt and a couple of washers, and we are definitely losing some fluid out of that caliper. She must hold 1.5 quarts. Oh man, not the sketcher. Just throw down a little of our recycled shop sweep here. Now that's not very helpful, is it? Don't worry, I have a solution. Now my give-a-damn's running a little low, guys, believe it or not. I mean, I was just supposed to swap on rotors and pads, and here we are. So if we can take that, and it kind of sits along that bracket nice, and if we zip tie it and it holds good, I'm gonna call that good enough. That sucker ain't going nowhere. It's got just the right amount of slop, I think. That's definitely in the wrong place, or surely they're not side to side. I mean, if it was the other side, it'd have to reach the same amount. So yeah, definitely manufactured a little funky. Now somebody done been up in here zip tying before. Somebody beat me to it. Man, this thing clips in everywhere, don't it? Just go ahead and plug in that new unit, and we'll start way up there and work our way back. Yeah, I guess there ain't no hole on this control arm for this side. It's all right, another zip tie for this side, that'll fix it. Nah, she needs one more. Yeah, that's what I was worried about right there. She doesn't pop loose on me. One more for a little extra snugging. That's what I like to see right there. Now this side is DUN. She's done, other than bleeding the brakes. And we're not gonna do that till we get the other side caught up. And we're not gonna get the other side caught up till we get our other two parts. We probably ain't gonna have our parts for about 2.5 hours still. And I've had old Slick Fitty and Matt working on that big old pepper of mine. And they've got the pepper flaming hot. We're gonna go see it. I need to pick it up actually. And we may have to get the trailer for it. I was just looking at the bed. Of course, it's a little short bed, but I'm wondering, we may measure it. If I can get away with just putting it here in the back of the truck, I would definitely like to do that. I really can't remember how long the sucker is though. I think we could maybe try to fit it. We are gonna have to lay this thing on its side. We have what we're calling the good side and the bad side. Whenever it gets hung up in the shop, it's gonna be against the wall, so you're only gonna be able to see one side, aka the good side. So right here, the boys got her done up for me. I told you it was flaming hot. She needs a few pinstripes to separate it. But this is just some good old tractor paint. Y'all know how we do it. And yeah, the whole pepper's looking good. You did a good job, Slick. Matt's the paint spraying legend. That boy's got a pepper hanging out the back of his truck. Good. We're gonna make sure it rolls to the ugly side. All right, let her roll to her side. All right. Hey, she fits. She fits. Just don't come out of there. I just drive 5 miles an hour there with my flashers on. Slick Fitty's Pepper Polishing Services. Did you order a large pet? Mr. Yearwood, before he was printing signs, he was hand painting signs, and he's actually a pretty good pinstriper. And he don't do it a whole lot because he ain't got time for it. But he did say I may be able to twist his arm enough to get him over here to outline these flames for us. So that's kind of why I want to get it where it can at least be worked on some. I wish we could get it a little higher, but it is what it is. I think he'll fit underneath there. Have him on a creeper laying on his back pinstriping. It's gonna full be one of them days, huh? Yeah, I done made it one of them days. I left here about an hour ago, went back home, started eating, had me a little 3 o'clock lunch, finally ate today. Did some small rat killing, had to get some stuff out of our Yukon. It was all loaded down and, you know, little crap around the house I've been needing to do. And then I went to start back on the van, and I noticed my camera's gone. And yeah, long story short, I had to start recounting my tracks, and I went, dang it, I knew where I'd left it. There's a dolly I push around in here and always stick it to it, and sure enough, that's where it was. About 4 o'clock now, which means my parts should be arriving now at the store, and then they'll get them out to me ASAP. We'll go ahead and get this old hub out the way on this side. And old Puddin' Pops is here, guys. He's in there nuking a deuce right now. And they're blowing it up. Get her old get a little cable undid. Alright, she drops right on out as well. I think I got a Ninja for a delivery driver, guys, because I swear this stuff wasn't sitting here. I was just talking to my dad and I looked over and said, when the crap did that get there? Good. I was hoping we weren't going to be waiting super late for this stuff, and we're not. Let's finally get this baby together. Hopefully I can keep head out of ass and keep us out of any more bad situations. Oh, crap. The thing's heavy enough. I sat it on my knee and it was starting to make me fall over. Whew. Torqued that sucker enough, I got a little lightheaded. Maybe that's because I was bent over and all the blood was going to my head. I don't know. I don't know how that crap works. We're going to get this out the way, and we're going to get our caliper assembly ready. Pull that off there. We need to put these on there. Got a thinner side and a thicker side. Pop them on both sides. About time we make some progress again. Oh, this job, you mean my 9 hour, supposed to be 2 hour break job? No big deal. This is basically how every job I do goes. Not as planned. Once you put that sucker back together, them pads are in there. There ain't no falling out, you know, having to hold them in place. They're just in. As we go to set it into place, this hole here on the back, you hold your fingers in there and kind of hold them just spread apart where it can get around the rotor, and that's the secret there. Puddin' Pops, he nuked a deuce and bounced out of here. He done Hiroshima'd us. He may be back though. He had a couple things he had to do, and he said he could swing back by and maybe help me bleed these brakes. Someone's gonna have to help me. I may have to get Hot Rod out here just pumping her little heart away. Right into place it goes. If you're having a hard time remembering which way your caliper goes, guys, your bleeder is always going to go up. Obviously the caliper will only go on this side. If the bleeder will only go up, well, that'll show you exactly how to put it. She ain't going nowhere. This time I'm going to use my noggin and set our caliper over there. Sometimes I do use my noggin. A little swapperoo. Now obviously y'all know I'm a fan of the O'Reillys anyhow, and obviously I'm sponsored by them now, but I've used them for a long time, and y'all know that. These brakes really do seem nicer from the get-go. From getting them out the box, the packaging is super nice. In fact, that's one of the things my guy I talked to, he called me at the corporate level or whatever, and I talked to him and he said, like, how's the packaging compared to our usual stuff? And it really was like super nice. Getting it out of the package, you feel like you're getting a better product from the start. But actually looking over the stuff, even when my dad was here and he kind of looked over the rotor and pads that we just put on, he glanced at them real quick and he was like, man, this is some nice stuff, ain't it? It really is, guys. It's good stuff. And this ain't part of the paid advertisement. All I get paid to do is make that, you know, couple minute ad that'll be in the main channel. So me telling you that is just me being honest with you. I'm not upset at the stuff we put on this thing today. I still don't know how to tore up that caliper though. Both pistons and both calipers had marks like that right there. That side got messed up more because I messed with it trying to bend the crap back. And obviously the chances of me getting my pry bar in there and hitting the pistons like that's very slim to none. So I think them pistons were caught on the brake pads, and me pulling those off there, that's what had it stuck. That's what it was grooved on, but I don't know if it was the back of them brake pads. I think I done put them in the scrap trailer. I ain't never had nothing like that happen before myself. Well, I think them nubs right there is what tore us up. You can see where our pistons was sitting, and then dragging that through, those got caught on that. Probably not the best design to have a nub hanging out the back if you ask me, but I'm no engineer, okay? I'm a nobody. I'm just the man with the best glasses on YouTube, some zip ties, and a I don't give a damn attitude. Did stuff go our way today? Not necessarily, but I don't give a damn. because the van is going to be in better shape than what we found it. All right. This arm has a hole in it, so no zip ties required there. I do believe we're ready for some mess cleaning and some brake bleeding, which is just going to make more of a mess. I almost forgot this thing was flapping. And we ain't half-assing nothing today. I tell you what ain't good as new, and that's these knees from doing the mid squat today. Oh boy. Just got the shop swept up, cleaned up. Perfect timing. Just putting Pops' back. Ready to help bleed some brakes.
Ready, Freddy?
Yep. Don't sit in there too long, you'll fall in love with it.
What am I doing?
Pumping and holding. Got it?
Yeah, down. It doesn't want to come back up.
Go ahead.
Way down on the pedal. Way, way down.
Them calipers hold about a quart of fluid each.
Do they really?
There's a lot. Big old caliper.
I'm a pumper. Oh yeah, we're getting to the pedal now.
She looks like she could use a brake flushing. Look at that dirty crap coming out of there.
Can we pump?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, go ahead. I could hear a shoot air on this one.
Okay.
Alright guys. Just had to get the air from them new calipers out of there. I don't think we got any back up in our system. You know, we didn't let it drain out or nothing.
It's got good pedal now.
You look good in there. You look like you work for the jail now, but you look like you're moving prisoners, taking them to their court dates.
We got better cages than this.
Oh, man, speaking of man, those will make a man out of you. A good heavy steel wheel with a decent sized tire. When you're used to huffing little 14-inchers on mini trucks, that right there give you a little workout action. About time to see. I'll set her down off here and we're gonna take her for a little test driving. All right, ad is wrapped up. I recorded what I needed to record there, and we get to go do a little test drive action. I went right up and down the block real quick, and everything felt good, but we're gonna drive her a little more. What you yawning for?
Tired.
What do you mean you're tired? Played too much Barbies today or what?
I didn't play Barbies.
You didn't play Barbies. We may need to go get some gas, or I may have to steer and you push.
I mean, I could probably push this.
You could push this?
Yeah.
Girl, you'd have tree.
There's like no weight in here.
You'd have tree trunks for legs if you could push this thing. The brake pedal feels awesome, guys. Our rotor was super warped on the passenger side, and also with that ball joint being worn out like it was, I mean, it had almost like a ½ inch of play in it. It was bad. So I'm wondering if when this thing was getting super violent, if somehow that wasn't flopping and causing a mean jerking movement in there or whatever. I don't know. All I do know is we really are getting gas before we run out and we're pushing. This is impressive. This is only the second time I have filled this van up since I bought it. This thing, I don't know how it does so good on gas, but it does. Got her filled up again. We'll be good for about a month and a half or so. I've been driving the crap out of this thing too. I don't know how I haven't gone through more fuel. Gonna go check out the new house. See if they did our carpet.
Especially in my room.
Oh, girl, you dancing? All right, guys. Well, that is it for this. It was kind of odd video trying to record an ad and do the work. And then, yeah, y'all seen what happens when you get into just some regular routine maintenance. What always happens? You find other stuff. You got to wait on parts. You find more stuff. Or maybe you tear up stuff. I'm still going to blame them brake pads for having that nipple. Because how are you supposed to pull that off there and not do that? But oh, I know how. Yep, I do know how. I should have took off the brackets and did it all in one shot. Yep. So yeah, that was on me. I'll take that blame. Oh, is that a razor blade right there? Yeah, that's good. That's what we need laying around here. And hey, stay out of that water. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and you seen a kind of what goes on, which y'all know. Y'all's been down them roads. That's why people like the kind of content where they see, holy mud, what did they do? go step in mud and then have a stomp contest around there to see who could the most or what?
Let me go check.
Oh yeah, let's go check because this is plumb ridiculous.
And venture. It looks like they did. 'Cause
Yeah, they stepped right there and was like, "Hey, let's have a stomp contest." Oh, we got gutters. Gutters. That's why. I was like, what did they do over here? We got gutters on the house.
Wait, gutters, what they do?
The gutters on the corner,
Yeah,
and you see it right there? You know what that's for?
That's where the mud.
That's where the water will flow and come out.
Yeah, that's cool, but like, is that why they?
Yeah, that's from their ladders and walking around here. But don't mind us. So that's it for today, guys. Sorry, we got a little distracted. We had to get to the bottom of the mud stomping competition. But turns out it was just the gutter, folks. Leave them bugs alone, girl. She's a bug catcher. I appreciate y'all coming back time and time again, supporting us, watching these videos and seeing what's going on around here. It means the world to me to have the support of you guys time after time. Y'all show up and watch, and I can't thank you guys enough. I'm on the Instagram, or I'm on the Patreon. I would say pudinsfabshop.com, but we don't got a whole lot of stuff because every time we release, y'all are basically just buying us right out, and it makes it hard for us to keep anything in stock, which I guess is a good problem to have. So anyhow, what else? That's it, guys. But do not forget, sitting on your butt won't finish your project. Put that down, Rebar. Oh, did you find you a little froggy?
Yeah. Guys, look what I just found. I think I just a frog. I think that's a frog. I don't know, but if you guys can see that, comment below. But no matter what, comment below because
hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!